any of you see a green Jeep Wrangler attempting to parallel park here at Pepperdine and failing horribly, mind your business. I have no backup camera. I have a permanent bike rack mounted to the back of my tire, and I'm squinting through dirty vinyl that I haven't washed since the beginning of the school year. But aside from this, I wouldn't change a single thing about my car, Jade. Today, I'll be introducing and honoring Jade, my party mobile, my safe place, and my car. The first thing that you need to know about Jade is that she wasn't always mine. From 2007 to 2019, she actually belonged to my grandpa and stayed permanently in the garage of my grandparents' cabin up in Pine Top, Arizona. Jade's life wasn't very adventurous then, as the only adventure she would go on would be about 8 o'clock in the morning donut runs to Circle K to get some black coffee from my grandpa. But during the Christmas season, her life would get a little bit more interesting when all my relatives, cousins, family, and I would come up to the Christmas cabin and all want to drive around in Jade. My grandparents would take us out late night and hunt along dark forest roads, seeing if we could see elk. We're not a family of hunters, we just really like to see them and take pictures. And then in the early mornings, we would go and pack sleds or even skis or snowboards into the back of Jade and head up to the slopes. It's kind of funny to think about it now, because I really felt so small in the back of Jade, being that my younger brother and I were the youngest out of all the siblings. We were often shoved into the back, so I have a very familiar memory of Jade's trunk. Flash forward to my high school years, all my friends kept getting cars except for me. I really hated having to bum rides, and I was begging my parents on the daily for a car. All they said was to keep my grades up and we'll see. So I busted my back, and I managed to get out of high school with a 4.6 GPA and only 2 Bs. And then finally, the day came. My grandparents' house was the place where we would have a dinner to celebrate all of my high school accomplishments. And then it was actually right around the time of getting my acceptance into Pepperdine, so that was the main facade. We all go over, and all of a sudden, after my grandma starts telling me about how proud she is of all my accomplishments, she takes my hand and leads me to the garage. And bam! There she was in all of her splendor, with a big blue bow on the top of the Jeep, blue and orange for Pepperdine, as my grandma clearly explained. She was shiny, new, and the Pepperdine colors made me excited to go to college. From that point on, Jade and I were 2 peas in a pod. She's been with me through my highest highs, like the summer of 2019 trip my best friends and I took to Mission Beach, San Diego. We rented out a house and stayed there for a couple of days. And let me tell you, nothing compares to the feeling of singing, driving a topless Jeep, singing loud songs with 6 of your closest friends, blaring down perfect weather highways. But she's also been there during the hard times for me. Like when the burden of type 1 diabetes is just too much, or I've had a rough day and I just need a place to listen to music and relax on my own. When I went to Pepperdine for the first time, I really felt like a fish out of water. I didn't know anyone in Malibu, let alone California, but I knew I had Jade and I was going to be okay. Now, my friends and I cruise down PCH all together, just like before, blasting music. And to summarize, Jade has been there through precious childhood memories. She's saved me from having to bum rides. She's been there through all my crazy adventures with her and my friends, and throughout my entire first semester of college. And while she does strain the bank account with only 13 miles per gallon in a city that charges $4 per gallon, I still wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. Because life is a highway, and I'd rather be driving it with Jade.